Father Mulcahy?
Yes, who are you?
I'm Detective Sergeant Briscoe.
You are with the police, but I explicitly requested Inspector Lockley.
I'm sorry, but he retired recently. I am his successor.
Ah, well, I suppose it cannot be helped.
How can I help?
This is a rather sensitive matter. Do you have a warrant card?
It's a bit awkward, but this is my first day on duty. I haven't sorted all the formalities yet.
How can I be sure you are not a journalist?
You know, there is Sergeant Carter, my attendant, guarding the main gate. I can call him in if it satisfies you.
That will not be necessary, Detective. I will trust you under such circumstances. Let your attendant keep guarding, and would you please follow me?
Most of them are well cared for. Surely, many people come here every day. Doesn't seem like someone would loot this place. The attack was aimed only at one particular tomb, that's obvious. This is it? A single broken door?
Of course. What did you expect? This is where the gentry are laid to rest, Detective. Some of these tombs have been standing here for hundreds of years. Such an event can seriously damage the reputation of our church.
I apologize. When did you notice it?
This morning, I was looking for Mr. Talbot, the gravedigger. He likes to drink from time to time, and then he usually falls asleep among the graves, which reminds me I still have to find him. I was searching his favorite places when I found this desecration.
All right, it would be better if you could bring him here. He might know something more. I'll take a look inside in the meanwhile.
Please, Detective, you cannot do that.
Do I need permission?
No, but I cannot allow such a sacrilege. Please give me your word.
I'm sorry, but I cannot.
I'm going to look for Mr. Talbot now, and I will pray you do not make any errors, Detective.
It's obvious he cares about the church. Or is there something else? We'll see. Something's wrong here. They must have used great strength to force the door. Maybe they weren't interested in the tomb itself. Maybe they just wanted to get in. Everything seems to be all right at first glance. I thought someone had robbed the place. At least that would explain the forced door.
Detective Briscoe! You must see this, Detective Briscoe! Ah, there you are. Something terrible has happened. You have to see.
Calm down and tell me what is going on.
I can't. I'll show you. Please just follow me. Quickly. Look at this. Such a disaster.
Do you know who he was?
Mr. Talbot, the gravedigger.
How many people are there in your staff?
Only the two of us were left. Dear Lord, what shall I do now?
Did you move the body?
No, I ran to you immediately.
Father Mulcahy, I have to ask you to leave the crime scene. This is nothing for your eyes.
You are right. It would be better.
I can imagine how difficult it must be for you, but please, stay somewhere nearby.
I will be at your disposal, Detective. You know, although he was not a particularly humble servant, he did not deserve such an end. God bless his soul.
I hope Carter's still at the gate. Nobody must see this. Every detail might be important. I can't understand what might have mangled him like that. And I think he was drunk, so he couldn't put up any resistance. I'll know more after the post-mortem. If I'd found him in the forest, I would think he had been torn up by bears. But here... I've already seen several cutthroats, but none of them looked quite so repulsive. I wonder whether it was meant as a gift, or if my predecessors simply forgot it. What's this? Probably a bottle. Father Mulcahy was right. Mr. Talbot was fond of drinking, but it has nothing to do with his death. In my opinion, Mr. Talbot was a misfit. Normal alcohol didn't affect him, so he drank some foul, stinking spirit. He has nothing else. He has nothing. Except the usual occupiers. No other corpses. Pretty comforting discovery. Being in the murderer's shoes, I would go and wash myself. He might have left some evidence there. I'm not going to touch it. I might destroy. The murderer must have been covered in blood, but I can't see any solid evidence. He certainly didn't touch the pump. Another corpse. How many more will there be? A broken spine. Someone jumped on him from a great height. He must have died very slowly. Every detail might be important. The gravedigger, Mr. Talbot, might have been killed by his own dog. His throat corresponds with that theory. But who killed the dog? I can't understand what might have mangled him like that. And I think he was drunk. I'll know more after the blood, no hair, no pieces of skin, nothing. Somebody killed the dog with their bare hands and didn't break a sweat. If it hadn't been here, it would have been much more difficult to climb up the wall. I didn't want to get my cloak. One doesn't have to be a great sportsman to climb up that.